Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Divinity Original Sin 2 2020 walkthrough. Last time we entered Fort Joy, we reunited a Magister with her long-lost father, and we found out that an elf is being wrongly imprisoned. We're going to run through and we're going to free the wrongly imprisoned elf here today. So if you got over to the elf while he was still talking to Griff, the guy in charge of the kitchen over there, you would notice that this lizard Stingtail was over there. So Stingtail seems like a prime suspect. So we're going to talk to him real quick. But if you have Red Prince in your party, Red Prince is going to want to talk to him first. So we're going to let him get some positive attitude with the Red Prince towards us. Basically, he's a dreamer lizard. He sees visions in his dreams, and Red Prince wants him to help him see some stuff. So we're going to let him take care of that. Again, if you're playing through, I'm just going to briefly summarize the minor plot points like that. You can listen to the dialogue on your own playthrough if you so desire. Now, with our actual main character here, we're going to talk to him. Basically, all you gotta do is slowly won your way through the conversation, and eventually, you'll get to a persuasion event here. Now we have 2 persuasion points, one for being a lizard, one for just, we put it in there when we leveled up. So, I don't think it really matters which one of these you pick, but even if you have 0 persuasion, alright, this bottom option will always work. If you tell him that Griff's out for blood, then he'll hand over the stuff that he stole from Griff. I don't know what amount of persuasion you need for the other ones to work. 2 should be enough. We're early on in the game. Persuasion shouldn't be very difficult. Once you get those, you're going to head back over and give the stolen contraband to Griff. Now, if you want to inspect what you got there, it's the unusually large orange, and it's an orange, but its gold value is 201 gold. That's a little odd. Griff used a big orange and stuffed some drug. He hollowed it out, stuffed some drugs in it. The drug is called Drunadae, Drunadae. I always pronounce it wrong. I'm gonna call it Drunadae. I think that's right. Just give him the oranges with the Drunadae in it. Don't give him trouble about it.
Don't give up Stingtail so easily.
Now, as long as you don't mind lying to Stingtail, just turn him in. Otherwise, you're gonna have to fight Griff and his whole crew right now, which we may do later. But right now, we cannot handle that. Now, when he goes to unlock the cage, you get quest XP, and if you're following along with us, that'll be enough to level you up. On your way through that, he gives you a nice little necklace amulet there, but we have these source collars on right now, so we can't actually use amulets, which is a bit of a bummer. Not too bad, though. We're just going to pass those down there. For the time being, we're going to keep Saheila's crest up here. Mumbo is our barterer, so we're going to have all our sellable stuff down here with him. Now, we turned in Stingtail, and we told Stingtail we wouldn't do that, so we're going to go help him out. But first, we're going to level up here. So, Pyramus. We get, at level 3, we get 1 talent, we get 1 combat ability, and we get 2 attributes. Every level, you get 2 attributes and a combat ability. Every 5th level, starting at level 3, you get a talent. So you get one at 3, 8, 13, and 18. And if you have mods on to get up to level 23, you can get one at level 23. But you're probably not going to get there. I don't think you can get to 23 without mods throughout the game. 20 is usually the max. If you do a lot of stuff, you could probably get to 21 on Definitive Edition. Now, with Pyramus, we took Pet Pal at level 1. I'm not really sure what we're going to grab right now. These red ones aren't an option. We don't meet the prereqs for those. Well, we could go Elemental Affinity, but for him, his Elemental Affinity is fire and electrified surfaces, which will damage us. And at this low level, I really don't want to get damaged by that stuff. So we're actually going to give him All Skilled Up, maybe? All Skilled Up is an interesting talent, because early game, it's phenomenal. It gives you a quick little boost. once you get out of the first act, it's not so good. But we can change up our talents once we're off the first act. So I am going to go with that. Right there. That gives us an extra combat ability. So now we have 2 there and 2 there. And it gives us an extra civil ability. So even though I don't think we're going to need it, I'm going to give him another point in persuasion. Then we're going to come down here, and he's got 2 pyrokinetics, 1 arrow thurge, so we're going to give him 1 in arrow thurge. That 2 points in each will let us use every skill book we're going to need on the first island here for those 2 combat skills. And then eventually I'm going to want him to be able to use adrenaline. So we're actually going to give him a point in scoundrel real quick. And then we get our 2 points here. We're going to give him 1 intelligence this time, not 2. And then we're going to put another point into memory, because eventually here, pretty soon, we're going to be learning a lot of extra skills. And the amount of skills you can memorize, you get an extra memory slot every even level, and you get an extra 1 per point in memory. Red Prince is our archer. He's got arrow recovery already. These 2 are for being a lizard. What to give him? Let's see. Elemental affinity is going to be useless for him, essentially, so we're not going to bother with that. You know, also, all skilled up. Early game, it's really good. He's got 2 in Lucky Charm. We're actually going to make him our Lore Master person. So Lore Master lets you identify objects, and it allows you to identify enemies' weaknesses and resistances. Now, for his combat abilities, we get 2, because we picked all skilled up. As a ranger starting class, he gets 1 pyrokinetic and 2 huntsman at level 2. Now, huntsman gives you the skills for the ranger abilities. But it only gives you a damage bonus if you have the high ground. Alright, that's what it says there in yellow in that box there. But we don't always have the high ground. But what also gives us a damage boost is going to be warfare. So every single point in warfare gets our physical damage to go up. So we're going to put 2 points into warfare, because arrows are physical damage. Mumbo now over here. Yeah, I know it's boring because we just did it 2 other times. We're going to take all skilled up real quick. And that is going to be useful for bartering. It's going to give us more of a discount when we buy stuff and let us sell stuff for more. And then over here we get 2 skill points. Hydro's at 1, bump it up to 2. Geo's at 1, bump it up to 2. That evens out his skills at the moment. And again, with Mumbo, the same as Pyramus, we're going to do 1 intelligence and then 1 memory. Because we will be needing some memory slots soon. Now that we've leveled up, we're going to come over here and we're going to help Stingtail. So Griff sent an assassin to kill Stingtail. Luckily, though, the game doesn't send the assassin until we get close enough to see the assassin. So once we get over here, there she goes. Now she's going to attack him first. So we're going to actually wait for her to attack, and then, oh, she used an invisibility potion. We're going to make it rain. Rain cancels invisibility. And this is a weird setup with his little tent there. It makes attacks a little bit difficult to maneuver, but she's not under it anymore, so we should be alright here. So Silence is the assassin. Alright, she's wet from the rain, and he just keeps piling on some magic damage there. So we're gonna encourage. She's only got 17, which means if all 3 of these were to hit her, she would be frozen. But we don't want to accidentally freeze Pyramus there, so we're gonna hit her with that. Alright, they didn't all 3 hit, but that's okay. We're going to delay Red Prince's turn, let Pyramus go. So she has water, or not water, she has ice underneath her, so we're going to hit her with some fire breath. Melt the ice under her, turn it to water. Now that she's standing on water and has no magic armor, now we're going to hit her with that electric discharge. Alright, now unfortunately that stunned the Red Prince. That was an unforeseen consequence there. You probably could have predicted that if you played. I should have predicted that. Because he has no magic armor. Forgot about that little detail. So we're gonna actually boost up his wits with Peace of Mind, so hopefully he cuts in front of her there, which he does, but he was still stunned. That actually shouldn't have happened that way, but whatever. Ooh, okay, he turned some stuff to poison. That then caught on fire. Okay, so we got a lot of effects going on, moving kind of fast. But the important thing is Silence is stunned. So we're gonna summon an incarnate here and just start wailing on her with that. And you don't have to use all your action points every turn. They carry over. Alright, and then I'm going to move him out of the fire there a little bit. Same with Red Prince. Going to move him out of the fire a little bit. Elemental arrowheads right there. And then we're going to shoot her. Alright, the important thing is you don't want to damage Stingtail, because if you do, he'll become hostile. And we don't want Stingtail to be hostile towards us. Alright, we want him to thank us for saving him in a little bit. So, keep on wailing on her. She's almost down. There we go. Now, because we're on fire and magic armor's depleted, you're going to want to hit that bedroll. Just rest up as quick as you can afterwards. And then come right over here, talk to Stingtail. He'll thank you for saving you, and
Thank you.
when you're done with that, yeah, 600 XP. Awesome sauce. Alright, and then we're going to loot that body there, get some of that stuff, and now Griff doesn't send any more people after him. He just assumes that Silence did the job, even though she definitely did not. Alright, now we're going to come into this cave here. This is the cave where Amiro, the imprisoned elf, ran off to after we set him free. So we're going to head on in here. Now, when we talk to the people in the cave here, or the elves in the cave here, quick note, Saheila is in charge of the elves over here. And Elodie, the one you saved earlier with Ifin, she's going to be in here. We're going to talk to Elodie first. When you're way through that conversation, she gives you some quest rewards, 21 gold, rain scroll automatically. And then you get to pick another part of your reward here. We're going to go with the pants. I don't think we have many good pants for armor. I'll grab that. Then we're going to talk to Saheila. She's all excited because you saved Amiro, and then again you get some quest stuff here. So we're going to go with, normally I'd say just go with whatever sells for the most, which we are coincidentally going to go to. But we're going to take that one because it gets plus warfare, so we're going to put that on the Red Prince, actually. And if you come over here, if you explore around a bit, yes, you find
I found something.
this little patch of dirt here that you can dig through. And we're going to go right on through there. Alright, loot some barrels. Alright, now Red Prince does have a little bit of lucky charm, so we could find some random and good loot there. So lucky charm, get a chance to find some random things whenever you open a container for the first time. Yeah, 20 gold. The higher your lucky charm, the more rare, valuable, whatever your stuff is. Doesn't increase the frequency with more lucky charm, but it increases how good the stuff is that you find. We got this petrified guy talking here. We're going to pump up our strength so that it is, I think 13 is the minimum. And then we're going to pull this spear out. Have to be strong enough to pull that out. And then Skylord Withermoore gives you some quest XP for freeing him, but he's been stuck there for centuries. He cannot die. His soul is trapped. He wants us to find it. And he told us that on this little statue here, there's a secret button you can find. Ooh. Notice the button Withermoore described. And it makes this hatch pop up. Ooh, crazy secret passageway. Alright. Now with this secret passageway, we're going to come on this way. Ooh, I heard a noise. That was 600 quest XP, or exploration XP. New waypoint. Alright. Now, we're going to end it right there. When we come back, we're going to find Withermoore's soul, and we're going to release it, set him free, and see if that gives us any leads to get out of this prison island. See you next time.